Hello everybody. So I got to do stand-up again the other night and I had a really great time going back to the Bell again in Bath, which is my favourite open mic night ever, and seeing everyone again, seeing a lot of sort of the old faces who show up there that I haven't seen for a while. It was really good, except I died and bombed miserably on stage. Yeah, I had a bit of a sobering experience, I think, when it comes to stand-up comedy, and this sort of thing happens from time to time. I know in stand-up that you just have an awful, terrible bombing, for instance, and yeah, that's what happened to me on Thursday. Um, yeah, but it was particularly like the feeling of it was like being back to square one with stand-up. And this is because of the pandemic, and it's the first time I've performed at the Bell since the start of the pandemic. And I remember the gig that I had at the Bell before the pandemic, and everything went really well. Everyone was laughing, loving it, enjoying it, and yeah, I felt as though I was doing stand-up properly for the first time in forever, really. And in the first time after 4 or so years of doing it at that point. And now I'm back to square one. Fucking hell. I can't believe it. I don't know, like, to what extent my comedic abilities have atrophied, but they've certainly atrophied to quite a great extent, I think. Then there's the issue of the medication that I'm on at the moment, which I think makes me less funny. I think it also gives me the shakes while I'm on stage, which doesn't help anything, obviously, and if you look nervous, it sort of makes the audience nervous, and therefore it prevents them from laughing. But, you know, I did get some laughs on stage on Thursday, when I sort of cut loose a bit and started talking to the audience more and things like that, and ad-libbing a bit. So I don't know the extent to which I can sort of work that into my routine. And I did start off my routine with an especially weird bit, which may not have been like the advised or the most advisable thing to have done, possibly. And I should have started off with like more sort of conventional humour, I think. I don't know. In any case, it's depressing, it really is. I mean, I don't want to give up stand-up comedy, I don't think I will, but it does make you think like that a little bit. It makes you think, like, I've done all this work, this 4.5 years of work on my stand-up, on my routines, and trying to get better on stage and trying to improve, and it's all for nothing. And it does feel like that. But then again, I had a good-ish gig in Peckham not too long ago, where everyone in the audience seemed to be really laughing quite a lot at some of the stuff I was saying. In the beginning of the set anyway, and then it sort of tailed off. It got a bit crap. And maybe I just need to put it down to experience and put it down to it being a bombing. Maybe the audience wasn't drunk enough yet. And I did go on at the beginning, and so on and so forth. There's all that sort of stuff to take into account. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. But yeah. So that was one little sort of hiccup with life, I think. Feeling like I'm back to square one and back to being a bad comic, a crap comedian, as opposed to a good one, which I think I was at one point. That's the worst thing in the world, to have it and then lose it, isn't it? To be able to do something like that, like stand-up comedy, and then not being able to do it, is the worst thing in the world. I can't believe it. It's such a perfect timing of events. It would only happen to me, wouldn't it? This pandemic. It would, and I'm not like saying it's all about me, obviously, but it's just like that's the only thing that could have happened that could have derailed my stand-up comedy career. It's the only thing that I can think of, some major global event, like a pandemic or an asteroid impact or something like that. That's the only thing that could have stopped me doing stand-up comedy, and it fucking happened. It's unreal. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I think there's enough talking for now, and this has been my personal diary entry for now-ish. So bye bye everyone, love you lots, and see you soon.